Good evening and welcome to a Mitchin' and Mauck'n About the Cards podcast. I'm Mitchell and joined as always by the 2012 King of the Ring winner and the owner and proprietor of the Superstition Ranch in Chandler, Arizona. We're Sunday night. Tyrell, there's a lot of choices tonight. We got the end of a non-major golf tournament going on still. Then going into Red Sox Yankees, which shows you just what NBC thinks of baseball to show late a Red Sox Yankee game. We got some soccer on tonight. We've got the NXT Great American Bash. What's on TV tonight at the ranch?
Uh, Red Sox, Yankees, and the NXT Bash. I mean,
And
I
then, of
can't.
course, later tonight, House of the Dragon, season 3, episode 2. Did you watch it last week?
My wife did. I got the tail hit of it because you know how they do that. They watch the show before you can do it. So I got the tail end. So I got to watch the last bit of it.
Well, last bit was the best part. You got to watch a bunch of dragons and naval battle. I mean, that's always cool.
Exactly. I'm cool with that.
I saw Supergirl today. More on that review here in a minute as when we go to Old Man Yells at Cloud. Tyrell, it was fun while it lasted. A rough week for the Cardinals, losing 2 out of 3 to the Marlins. But here's the kicker, my friend, as they finish the first half of their season technically at 43 and 38, +5, and they're in the last wild card spot. If I would have told you this in spring training, would you have taken it?
100%. And I've been happy about it too. So I guess there's no hard feelings towards this team right now.
As bad as the last week has been, really the last two, if you look at it, they've only fallen 2 spots in the wild card standings. They're a half game ahead of that final spot. The Cubs are playing better. Talk about them later this week. But they're in a wild card spot, and after the first half, they'll take that all day. And they've not played great baseball since they're 25 and 25 in their last 50.
I mean, that's what this team we thought was going to be was 500 team all the time. So I mean, the fact that we're over 5 games makes me feel happy, and it's been a fun team to watch. They've played a lot of 1-run games, so I'm a lot more excited about our future than I was coming into the season because I did not know what to expect coming in.
We go over the everyday nine a lot, but there's some pieces to build around. Herrera's a block. Burley's a block. JJ Weatherholt is better than expected. Mason Wayne could kind of go either way. Walker's probably him, even though he's cooled off. Talk about that more in a second. But there's pieces there offensively. Now, when you look at the pitching, I'm not sure there is a long-term guy on the current 13-man pitching staff outside of Michael McGreevy who should be here in 27 or 28.
Graceffo might be the only other one, but I mean, he's just a bullpen arm, so they can come and go. Like they're doing the same thing to him that they used to do Seth Maness and just run his arm down. So I mean, I could absolutely see what you're thinking there, and I don't think, yeah, I don't see anybody forecasted to be part of this 5-man rotation for a while. Like it doesn't look good with everybody we got right now.
Tyrell, over the course of the last couple months, I'm going to spend a lot of energy just trying to understand what's happening down below and work our way up. Obviously, winning still matters. We still care about that. And we're going to be something that we'll never lose focus on. But when we think about this, there's just a short view and a long view. And our short view is going to be coming through the draft, addressing the trading deadlines. And then ultimately, we hope that leads to a foundation and structure that provides perpetual winning. Where is it at? It's not going to work this way. It's going to be where I would ask for some patience, and we need a little time to sort through this and get through the other end of the tunnel. Tyrell, that was New Angels GM John Mozeliak.
I
Friday
thought
night,
we
right before the game, breaking news: Mozeliak is now the interim GM in Anaheim. I said we're going to go long on this. Fire away, first of all, on that. Like in the opening presser, he dropped the patience comment.
there for a minute there, I thought we did a time machine. We were talking about the 2025 St. Louis Cardinals, and I was just getting really confused right there. Dude, what a surprise! Tiger doesn't change his stripes. Like, gonna preach the same gospel that he preached with the Cardinals. Says the same BS that never really comes to fruition. And the Angels are willing to spend money. Like you can see the Rendon contract, the Josh Hamilton contract. I think that's a couple years ago, but I mean, the pools, they're willing to spend the money to like be competitive. They just always pick the wrong guys, much similar as John Mozeliak did in his career with the St. Louis Cardinals. If he tried to spend money on a free agent, they were past their prime and they were not going to be good. So I'm not shocked the dude's throwing the patience out because that's his long-standing bullshit that he likes to throw to everybody uh, all the time.
Mike Trout on meeting interim GM John Mozeliak. I had a chance to meet with him earlier for a brief time because he's been running around like crazy today. But knowing he's coming from a winning organization with the Cardinals, I'm excited to sit down and talk to him. Mr. Trout, please know that this dude was the reason the Cardinals collapsed.
Absolutely. Like you can't sit there and say I'm excited to meet him in a winning organization. He's the one that ran us into the friggin' ground. So I mean, the fact that I and dude, all right. So the way he got the GM job is just also disgusting. Like that backhanded snaky way that he did the same way to Uncle Walt did the same thing. Like he slid his way in, talked to the ownership, got the behind the scenes, and then suddenly, I'm the acting GM. What a shock! So I just run, Trout, run. I mean, I know you a lifelong angel right now. Run while you can because that organization is going in to be a dumpster fire now. Now that you already are, but now you're going to be a bigger one.
The one of the beat writers for the Angels posted a few notes from the presser. The coaching staff front office is all going to stay the same. Everyone's jobs are safe currently. He didn't rule out staying long term, but that's not his plan as of right now. His contract does run out in December. He did not talk to Artie at all during this entire process. That's the owner.
Bullshit.
And firing Perry, who was the former GM, was weeks in the making. Tyrell, he straight up snaked this cat's job, didn't he?
He came in. He's like that guy that comes steals your girl. Like he honeypotted everybody and then just did the old switcheroo on you. So yeah, that's a mosaic, just classic mo.
Yeah, I'll come in as a consultant. I'll help out, and then he saw his opportunity and started talking to the right people, etc. And bam.
I know several people like that, man, and they're always snakes. They're always people I never really want to associate myself with. But suddenly, somehow, I've got to associate myself with you because you're the boss now, and I've got to appease you. But your goalposts always move. You're never the same every day. Like you're just a little bit. You're great up. You're not great down. Just a bad. And then you could see that throughout the organization with the Cardinals. Like Mo was not well liked below him. But especially as fans, but what a
It
shock.
sounded like that he was really friendly with, and this is not a made up Disney character name out there in Anaheim. Molly Jolly is the president of baseball operations for Anaheim, and it sounds like he cozied up to her and got her to make all the moves.
Uh, I mean, he did the same thing here. I mean, he cozied up to DeWitt, and then suddenly Walt's the bad guy here in the whole thing and fractured the front office. So he was doing the same move here. Why would you hire Mosaic as a consultant anyway? Like that dude should have been out of baseball for at least a year to give him a little bit of headspace. But that's classic Mo.
He said, all those things at the presser, and then he also followed up with he doesn't want to work 80 hours a week anymore like he was with the Cardinals. What were you doing for 80 hours a week in St. Louis?
I think trying to do Michael Gersh's job and his job and see how quick he can destroy the franchise.
What? I mean, in my head, I try to process what an 80-hour week would look like. You assume it's, that's 10 hours, 11 hours a day for a 7-day week. You roll into
Yeah,
the office probably at 9, and then I guess you leave to go home after the ball game at 10. That give
yeah.
you 11.
And also he didn't travel with the team all the time either. He only did that on special occasions. So he's not really traveling with the team when they're outside of Anaheim. So what are you really doing? And I get it. It's also like one of those Hollywood jobs. Like it's not really a job. You're just kind of taking phone calls, interacting with people on a daily basis. So it's not really a job, but it is a full-time like gig, I guess.
To be fair, the last several years, he was the president of baseball operations. So there was probably, checking in with minor league people, probably a lot of phone calls would be my guess. A lot of Zoom meetings, the occasional walk into DeWitt's office to kiss the ring, probably that was probably scheduled daily.
Yeah, bring him an Arby's sandwich. Show that you
Yeah,
care.
probably that. But it kind of boggles my mind. There are some interesting names floating around Anaheim right now for whom Mo could potentially hire. The easiest one would be Michael Gertz, who no idea what happened to that guy. He felt the face of the earth 3 years ago.
Hmm.
But the big one that might affect the Cardinals, Southern California's own Randy Flores, who is the head of the scouting for the Cardinals, who's wanted a GM job. That
Man,
might be the one.
great. I mean, the guy who's actually doing a pretty good job developing our drafting for us is going to be poached by the Anaheim Angels because Mo and him have a good relationship. But I hope not. But go ahead, go lose there. I mean, we still need to. We don't have a GM. Isn't Keim just like president of baseball operations without a GM right now? So I mean,
Correct.
technically, if you wanted to, you could do that. But also, like Gersh was that same thing with Mosaic, and you knew Mosaic was just doing all the work for him. So I don't. If he wants to be a true GM, I don't see Flores. Maybe, but we'll see. I mean, he's been doing a good job as a scouting director. So yeah, go ahead,
When
steal
you
him.
have a president of baseball operations, what does a GM do?
I think he's just his delegate, like he's his lead guy, like he's right hand. Like here, you go take care of this. I think it's just delegation. I don't think they do anything else. I don't think that they do make the phone calls. Maybe they do a little bit of the contracts, but they're not out there shaking and moving like PBO is. POBO, yeah, there you go. President, yeah,
Again, you walk down to the clubhouse and tell player Z he's going to head back down to Memphis. That can
yep,
be your job
yep,
today.
yeah. Kind of like you see on Hard Knocks, like you see the trainer. That's what Gersh was like. Hey, you know what? You're getting cut. Bring your books in.
Yeah, it's terrible. Tara, we talked about the kind of the struggle of the week, and then we went to hit pretty hard on the Mosaic news. Let me throw some numbers out at you for the last 5 games or so. JJ Weatherhold is 4 for 22 with 0 walks and 0 extra base hits this week.
Ugh.
Jordan Walker's last extra base hit was June 13th. We're shooting this show on the 28th. That was 13 games ago. Jordan also has a 31% whiff rate in that time span. Avon Herrera has 1 extra base hit in the past 12 games.
But he's
Those are
been
your
hit by
critical,
7 times, right?
yeah, those are your components to make this offense go. And you're seeing it with 1 run, 0 runs, 4 runs, and then, of course, 2 today. What has happened to the offense?
I think that we were talking. I think the way the Cardinals, the way Jordan Walker goes, the way this team goes, because you can see the perceptives as soon as he started declining, and you could start pitching to him, and they'd figured something out. This offense just went tanked quickly, and it's always right after a Padres series. I don't know why that is. Earlier in the season, they felt a little flat after a Padres season, and then or a series, and then here they are again feeling flat. I don't know. Whatever you can see it. Weatherholt, statistically, defensively, I'm fine with him. He'll get it back together. He is a rookie, so he's doing those ebb and flows and trying to figure out what they're going to pitch to him at. But this offense is so predicated on what Jordan Walker is going to be, and which is fine. But this is his longest cold streak of this year, and you can really see the decline. And that's probably why we've been playing 25 or 500 baseball for the last 50 games, because he has not been as monumentally awesome as he was at the first quarter of the season.
And you have the day off today. They've got an off day Monday before they go to Atlanta. Probably good to let him kind of reset. He is taking the ball to right field to hit singles right now, but as his power has gone, like you said, so indeed has the Cardinal offense. Which brings me to this great point, and we're going to kind of quick transition to our weekly segment. Do you bring up Baez for the shot in the arm?
I mean, it worked with Blaze Jordan. It worked with Brian Torres. Like it's a model that's working for him, and it's giving him at bats. You're going to steal bats from Church, who's been arguably way better than Victor Scott because he's actually putting the ball in play, not always striking out. I mean, you going to DH him or are you going to put him in left field? I think I would love to see that. I think this team does need a shot in the arm. They need something to get them like that's a cokehead. They need that quick rush. They need the quick rush. They need that dopamine injection. So I would love it. Just because the dude's hitting 27 home runs and with a strikeout rate of 27%.
You can DH him. You can
You could
put
DH him.
Herrera behind the plate. You can DH him and just
Send
let him hit.
Velasquez
But
back
focus
down.
on one thing.
Yep. Send Velasquez back down. Bring up Baez.
And just let him run to the All-Star break. Give him a 15-game window here to see what you got.
Yeah.
Let him know, no matter what, you're going back down and after the break. Why not?
But give it all you got right now. Give us that cup of coffee and then just rake.
They tell you every time on the broadcast, it's a shot here. It's a chance to, see what you got. He's wasting away in Memphis.
Yeah.
Especially when he when they need offense this badly.
Yeah, we know what dude is. We know what everybody else on this roster is. The only ones we're not giving like a shot is our minor leaguers that are tearing down the doorstep to get here. So I think they need a shot in the arm, and I think that would help. I thought it'd also protect Walker a little bit too, because I mean that way he gets more fastballs to hit and take the opposite way. Because when Walker's on, he's taking the opposite way.
And surprisingly, Newt's come back and hit almost close to 300,
hmm
but you need somebody else now. Like you said, Walker's not hitting, Herrera's not hitting, JG's not hitting. I think JG's hit that rookie wall yet.
I think offensively, probably not the full wall, but he's hit a a hurdle to where they've changed how they're going to pitch him. And I think he's having to adjust because they were pitching him away. Now there's times I'm watching him take a fastball right down the heart of the plate, and I don't think he was thinking about seeing that right then. But he does work the counts, so I think that's good for him in the long term of his production. So I don't think he's hit that wall yet. I don't think that's going to happen in late August,
Right when they need him.
right when they
The
need
car
him. Yes, yes,
collapse.
yeah.
Earlier this week, we had the rain out on Thursday night, and it was kind of funny. One of the Arizona pitchers said that the Arizona organization asked St. Louis to move the game up to 3 o'clock to beat the rain. And did you guys probably hear? That's probably what you heard a lot of on the Arizona sports talk. And the Cardinals either said no or they asked MLB, and MLB said no, which became a huge thing. So they're going to make that game up in later in July. But the Cardinals also, because of it, skipped Dustin May's start. They didn't activate Bryce Motson as needed. May is now scheduled to go on Thursday. Do you like them skipping Dustin May here after he got roughed up in Kansas City?
If they're going to skip May, they better skip Libby's next start too. Then, but yes,
Libby's on the bump Tuesday night.
Oh yeah, see, I think, and that's just the problem right there. Like you're going to give the May the rest, the guy who you want to showcase now, because as you have fallen off, now you're in the third wild card. You're not as hot as you once were. You want to show May off so you could get some prospects for him or something for him, and not so much Libby. So that's the only reason. But I like how they're doing that because maybe he felt a little bit of something in there. Like he is coming back from a little bit of a long injury stumble from a couple years ago, and so I don't hate it, but I don't like it because I think behind McGreevy, May's your second best pitcher. Well, he was.
I would have preferred them to skip, like you said, to skip Libby. May's going to throw Thursday, which means he's going to miss the Cubs. I would like to go ahead and bump him back and let him pitch against Chicago if I had the choice. The week sets up with it's going to be Libby on Tuesday, McGreevy on on Wednesday, and then May. Friday against the Cubs, that would be Palante. Saturday would on the 4th of July, Kyle Leahy, and then followed Sunday by Libby again. Your three, uh, McGreevy not throwing and May not throwing against the Cubs makes no sense. However, they will then get to pitch those guys against the Brewers.
I don't like it because I don't like the Cubs. I don't like Pete Crow Armstrong, so I want some gas and I want May to throw it his head. No, maybe not his head. Okay, let me take that back. Throw it his back. Give him a little bit of sweet chin music. I don't like that as much, but I don't. But Palante's been your best pitcher, so I mean that's good to go against the Cubs. But Kyle Leahy on the 4th of July, I don't really want to watch that game now because I mean Leahy's been doing well, but I mean he's nothing spectacular to me.
You bring up a really good point there about Andre Palante, who we, of course, on this show talk a lot of crap about. Jeff Suppan was back in town this week, and you sent an interesting text like, when did Palante become Jeff Suppan? When you look at Suppan's career average for a regular season, he was 11-11 with a ERA of 4. Palante right now 90 innings, 3.83 ERA, and he's 9-5 through 16 starts.
If you and that's just it as Cardinal fans, like forever, like we'd love Jeff Suppan. You give you 7 solid innings, 6 to 7 solid innings, 4-run baseball, 8 to 9 hits. Fine, you know what he's going to bring you every innings consistently that way. We love Jeff Suppan. Why do we? I mean, I'm not Andre Palante fan either, but he's turning into Jeff Suppan. He's got the same exact like ground ball pitcher. Doesn't do much strikeouts, more to contact pitches that way. So the shift of baseball, and I think it's all of us, have went away from those guys, but they're excellent and they're great for your pitching staff and save your bullpen. So he's just Jeff Suppan 2.0 to me. Hell, Jason Marquis, like your Woody Williams, just the guy that's going to come out there and grab the ball and throw it and give you 6, 7 solid innings.
Palante gives you about 5 2/3 based on his average, but he's on pace to win 18 games.
Mm-hmm. Well, hell, there's
That's
that year
insane.
that Suppan won 16. So, but he was 16-10. But I mean, still,
Hey, Ken Bonfield won 19 once.
yeah. So I mean, he's on a way to win that 16. I mean, he's doing it by pitch to contact.
Maybe Palante could be that Ken Bonfield guy who somehow ups and wins 18 games. Then a pitching desperate team will flip you a superstar, like the Angels gave us, Jim Edmonds.
So you'd be looking at somebody who's kind of worn out their welcome with the team. Ronald Acuna.
Mike Trout,
Mike Trout, yes.
which of course, talking about the Angels in this week's buy, sell, or hold, clinging to that third wild card spot. Tyrell, where are you this week? Are you buy, selling, or holding?
I said last night to you, I was like, sell the whole goddamn thing, just sell it all. I don't care. I'm over this. I'm in a holding pattern with the third wild card. I want to see what this week brings. Maybe you start to see a little bit resurgent out of Jordan Walker. Maybe you do that little change up and you bring up Baez, but there's something needs to happen like to for me to change from a hold. I'm just going to hold right now is where I'm at.
I'm also in a hold pattern. The next 10 games are really going to kind of determine it for me. 3 against Atlanta, 3 against the Cubs, 5 against the Brewers, and then 3 more against Atlanta, 3, 6, 11. Those 14 games will determine how we play it for me.
Yeah, if you go
Better than
500 though, man, and that 7-7, I'm actually probably going to be on the let's buy thing because you're still 5 games over 500 then.
I would like to see them go, and it's probably unrealistic. 10-4, 9-5 is probably doable.
Yeah, yeah.
8-6 even.
Now that you got to get Walker going, and that's just it. But hell, I mean, the Braves pitching staff's been kind of decimated a little bit. There's having some more injuries out of there. Acuna's out, so they are beatable. They might be running away with the East, but they are a beatable team.
But Tyrell, like we talked about earlier in the show, Money Mo is in Anaheim now, and they've got 2 names: Kirby Yates, who's 0-3 in the bullpen, but a sub-3 ERA, and Brent Suter, a lefty with an ERA of under 3.5. Mo only likes to trade with people he knows. He knows Heim really well after working with him for a year. He knows that farm system. Maybe there's a deal to be made there for some bullpen help to Anaheim.
They were out of my equation until Mo took it over. So yeah, maybe there is something there to you could but Mo though, that's the problem. That son of a bitch wants to win every single trade. So he wants to fleece you and take your number one prospect just for your hand-me-downs. So I think he overrates his prospects a little bit, but maybe there's something there.
Maybe we work a 3-team deal, get Dylan Carlson involved, and we can flip Dylan Carlson to Anaheim somehow. Because Mo loves him some Dylan Carlson.
I mean, yeah, wouldn't trade him for Juan Soto. So yeah. Yeah, so it's gonna have to be the Guardians, Angels, Cardinals to how we have this.
St. Louis deals with Cleveland all the time. That's no big.
Yeah. Over the years, isn't it been Cleveland, Toronto, and now it's Boston? And Tampa Bay. Like we just trade with those all the time and nobody else.
Couldn't tell you the last time they made a deal with like Oakland or the Royals or Texas every now and then.
Texas with Jordan Montgomery. Yeah.
Minnesota, any of those clubs.
Yeah.
They just like to deal with who they know. And of course, Heim having a pretty good relationship in Boston. Maybe Sonny Gray comes back like we talked about on our last episode, which sounds like terrible. But I really think Anaheim's a spot. And while Mo is over there in Anaheim, 2 things. A, go and send St. Louis Mike Trout. Why not? And then go and cancel Pujols' personal services contract.
Can you? Let's go. Then we can get him in
and
here.
Get him back into St. Louis.
Yeah, yeah. And then you know what? Then we'll trade you Flores for Pujols for the front office, and we'll call it even trade right there.
Hey, speaking of Pujols, the Mets fired their manager, and there are talks that Albert Pujols is extremely interested in that job because he's got and the Mets are interested too because he's got such a great relationship with Juan Soto from the World Baseball Classic.
There is no effing way, if I'm a first time manager, I am taking the New York Mets at all. That is a dumpster fire of a roster. They've spent so much money on it, though. I'm not touching up the 10-foot pole. Too many egos there. I know Pujols is a superstar too. Could probably rein him in. I'm not taking that as a first time manager. No, thank you. No, thank you.
He would have done well, I think, in San Diego.
Hmm.
That'd have been a good landing spot for him. Texas, maybe. Skip Schumacher got that job. Baltimore, possibly, but that's a really young team. He strikes me as the type that kind of needs ready to win group.
Yeah, and you're far from with the Mets. Like that's just I don't know what that team is trying to do. I don't know what that ownership's trying to do. I know they're willing to spend money, but I don't just don't know what they're trying to do. It just win, but it's at all costs to screw everything else.
Would you like to see him managing the St. Louis Cardinals someday? I am a no on that. I don't want to ruin the legacy.
I would prefer him over Yachty because I think Yachty's gonna wear out his welcome fast. I mean, he's not your guy to get along with the media that well. No, I really don't want to see Pujols in St. Louis. I agree with you. There's a reason why Musial never managed, because you don't want to ruin that legacy. Gibson, all those guys. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I don't want Pujols. Maybe as a hitting coach, but I don't want to see him as manager.
There's some chirping out of Kansas City about a move there. That might be a spot for Pujols.
Absolutely, I would like to see that. Again, blue's my favorite color, so I'd be okay with that. That would be a good fit for him. I like that. It'd be a team that wants to win, got a good, nice core right there. You had a couple additions to that team. You're onto something there, especially that American League Central is always for debate. Everybody's always in that game.
And no expectations to win in Kansas City.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hell, they've given isn't Dylan Moore been there for like 15 years? He's the longest tenured GM next to Brian Cashman. Like, so the fact that he's still there and is only 1 in 15, it works out for him.
What numbers Pujols going to wear if he manages the Royals? Five's retired. That's George Brett. He's going to go 55,
55.
but he goes 4.
In honor of Yachty.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd be cool with that. Be down with that or 50. Nah, not for Wayno. No, thank you.
It'll go 4. He'll go 4
Mm-hmm.
or 55.
Yeah.
Something we have not talked about all season. Tyrell's been 20 years since that 2006 championship team. Jeff Suppan was back in town this week. Trivia time. Can you name the 5 starters who took the ball the most during that season?
Soup.
Now, Jeff
Easy.
Suppan had 32 starts.
How many did Anthony Reyes have?
17. He's number 5.
Number 5. Okay. Because 06 Carpenter got injured, and because we've never had a Wayno Carpenter like World Series or playoff run together. It's always been one has been injured, one has been off, right?
Not true. 2009, you had them both.
Okay. Golly. Anthony Reyes, Jeff Suppan, Woody Williams is gone by that time. God, was that the Sidney Ponson year?
Ponce got 13 starts, but was released with a 5.2 ERA, which would make him the ace of this staff.
Bro, I am just Jeff Weaver. No, he came
Weaver had 15.
He was second half. Yeah. My goodness, because Mulder got injured that year. You had to have Carpenter then.
Mulder got 17.
If you lost Mulder and Carpenter, there's no way you're going to the World Series. But you had to have Carpenter for what, 3/4 of the year?
Carp got 32 starts.
Okay.
Jason Marquis led the staff with 33.
I've got his autograph right here next to me. Yes, Jason Marquis. I low-key love Jason Marquis. I don't know why.
Marquis, Suppan, Mulder, Reyes.
Wow, okay.
Weaver had 15 starts. Ponson had the other 13, and then Brad Thompson got 1.
that experiment of let's bring you out of the bullpen.
Looking at just the WAR really quick on this, Carp had a 5.1 WAR. The next positive was Soups with 1.2, and then Reyes had a 0.4. Weaver had a 0. Mulder had a negative 1.8 WAR, and Marquis led the league in losses at 16 and had a negative 1.7 WAR. How they won a World Series, I'll never know.
You got hot at the right time. You had the right combination of people. That's the only way I could think about it. You ran into the Detroit Tigers who couldn't throw the ball to third base or first base.
Correct. In tonight's segment, old man yells at cloud. It's about going to the movies, Tyrell. I saw Supergirl today. Molly Adcock did a great job as Supergirl. She was written how the comic should have been written. The story itself was trash.
Okay.
Here's the old man rant, though. My ticket time said 10:30. Guess what time the show started?
11:15.
11, right on the dot. We got 30 minutes of trailers, which I like trailers, but there's ads now for Pepsi, T-Mobile. We had 20 minutes of commercials before the actual movie started. My wife even brought up the comment, we spent $64 for the two of us to see a movie. It's insane. This is why no one wants to go to the movies. And I follow a lot of movie things on X, on Twitter, and I love old Hollywood. Classic. Going to the movies is an experience, but 60 plus bucks for a mid experience. The theater was hot. Like, that's beside the point. I think our theater, the old Hollywood in Columbia, is kind of run down. It just wasn't, the magical going to the movies that it should be. And they want to show that a lot of numbers like, well, this movie only made $20 million this week. Because no one goes to the movies anymore because it's expensive, because you got to spend 30 minutes on the front end. It's just not exciting anymore. I kind of want to see Spider-Man at the end of this month, but at the same time, I'll probably just catch on Disney Plus at this point.
That is one of those things that's slowly dying since COVID. Since COVID, you've really lost the movie theaters. And then the experience isn't great. And also, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm trying to be the most not sound like a boomer as I can. The service at sucks too. Like, they're pissed off for having to be there to give you popcorn and your soda. Also, I'm not paying fucking $9 for a soda and a popcorn as a bundle. It's actually like $11.75. Like, what the hell are we doing there?
Oh no, my friend, it was $11.50 for a medium icy.
Oh, those baseball parks prices. That's ridiculous. Yeah. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, the experience is just getting out of control. Like, you're the and that's all they're doing is putting the commercials on there so they can pay the rest of the staff, because that's the only way they can do anything right now, because nobody goes to theaters anymore and there's no
And that's okay
blockbusters
spending
anymore.
money. Spending money is not an issue for me,
Yeah, yeah.
but I want value for it. Like, The Odyssey comes out in a couple weeks, and I really think that's got to be an IMAX movie.
Mhm.
But I'm going to drive to Kansas City or St. Louis and see it at an AMC theater, etc., where I know it's going to be a top experience.
And it's $30 a ticket for an IMAX too. So, you're already in for a 3.5 hour long movie. Like, you're in probably another $40 this year. You're talking about $100 movie experience.
We trying to take some gummies and go watch The Odyssey this summer?
Yeah, I could do 100 million and watch the Odyssey. I could sit there and just zone out and watch that. I could do that.
I think we should.
I'm with you on that. Okay, okay. And then podcast afterwards, talk about what we thought about it.
Yeah, and we talked about, I wanted to see He-Man too, but it's coming to streaming sometime in July, 2 months after its theater release. Why go to the theater if I can watch it at home 2 months later?
Especially my surround sound system's here. I got a 75-inch TV. Like, what do I need to go to the theater for? I mean, like you said, it's hot here. I'm not leaving the comfort of my own house to walk to my non-air conditioned truck and drive 20 minutes to get out and walk in the sun. So no, it's not as much fun as it was. Hell, we haven't went to a movie in 3 years.
No, I mean, my kid she's 10. She has no attention span whatsoever for a movie. She doesn't want to see Toy Story or anything like that. She's like, we'll just watch on Disney Plus later. Cool.
Yeah.
Works for me, kiddo.
Yeah, it does.
Uh,
Especially now you can pause the movie, go to the bathroom, do your thing, come back, play it. The experience is more at home. And I think that's the other thing that theaters need to realize, that, and also baseball parks and every sports need to realize that you need to give us experience for our money now, not just here's the same old bullshit. We need an experience now. And that the movie theaters are seeing that right now.
Speaking of experiences, Tyrell, as we wrap up tonight, we got some good feedback on this, so we're going to keep this as kind of our end segment. I got a blind rank for you tonight. Blind rank these beer situations.
Oh, okay.
There are 5 of them. Number 1, that first tee box beer on the golf course.
That's an 8 a.m. beer, crack open, grip and rip. I'm going to give that about a 3 because it is pretty awesome, but I want to see what the rest is. So it's a mid. It's a good one. It's a start.
I think this one's might be number 1. The third inning beer. You've already been to the ballpark. You've got your food. You've already had one or two. Now it's the third inning, and it's time to decide. We're going all in on this deal. The third inning beer, normally your second or third one. Where are you going to put the third inning one? Because there's a
Number
better
one, because that's
shot.
getting it going, man. Like you get that third beer, that second or third beer, that's setting the pace for the rest of the day. That's a low key good beer right there. I'm gonna give that
You're,
number
sit,
one.
you're sitting in your seat, and the guy comes up. Who's ready for the king?
You know what? Give me another one. Give me another one.
Yeah,
You do that little
cold beer
side
here.
glance, look at the wife. Huh? You driving? Let's go. I'm with you.
Next one, the yard work beer.
You know what? Only because I have to do the yard work, I'm gonna give that a 5 because you gotta do the yard work before you get the beer.
Not a great one, but something
It
about a cold, frosty one on a
it
hot day, though.
it is so refreshing to that first sip, you're like, oh, but it's good beer though.
A personal favorite of mine after a shit day, the shower beer.
The shower beer's good. I agree. But still gonna go number 4 for me. But it is a good beer.
And finally, kicking it with the family. The weather's hot. You're chilling in the pool beer.
You know what? Arizona it ought to be number 2 for me. It is a must have. Hell, my kid was in the pool today at 9 a.m. So that's a 9 a.m. beer for me. So I can't complain. Let's go. I like that. And then can you throw the holidays in there too? Because your family's around. Yeah, that's number 2 for me. I like that. It's good segment here.
Go ahead and drop in the comments your favorite time for beer. I still think the third inning beer is a superior one.
Yep. That is a
What?
that is a superior beer time.
Because it's like, yep, we're going to set the pace for the ball game at this point. We're going 9 for 9.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Now I'm thirsty.
Well, I do believe it is time for a cold, frosty one myself. We'll be back on Thursday to kind of talk about the Brave series. For the Mouth of the West, Tyrell Mock, I am Mitchell Jenkins, and we will see you on Thursday.